Hey, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. We're back to our mentoring session, and this is for business builders within this affiliate. But as I was just saying in our little chat, you can apply these methods to any business that you're birthing, and I would expect that a co-creator would be self-employed because you're no longer a slave. There, I said that, and I mean it, because the divine guides us to co-create. The divine has us working within our skill set. That's your spiritual gifts. Like, what is your essence? I taught about that this morning. And that was a redo of week 2, and I'm going to lose count of the weeks. So here's how we're going to do it. I'll record them if you can't make it, but I prefer you make it because it's half hour. Half hour is nothing. Commitment is everything when you're talking about learning or expanding. If you're going to be an entrepreneur pays big bucks to learn. I'm giving you this for free. I just need commitment for you to say, hell yes, Michelle, I'm turning up for half hour. And as a last resort, you might have a birthday, a dinner, or something dramatic happen. I'm sensitive to that, so there'll be a recording in the chat group. I need you to know that this is going to be a vehicle that is leverage for you to bring your people into your business. We all celebrate that. So welcome to Susanna, who's new this evening. Thank you to Fernanda, who's invited her in. This is how it balloons, because when you win, I win, we win. It's an organic organism. So who's working on their brand already? I want a 1 in the comments. Who's a little snailing behind? I want a 2 in the comments. Who's watched 1, 2, 3 videos so far? I want a 3 in the comments. Let's go. And I want you to remember, I see us looking where the chat is, little bar. Thank you, Violetta. 3, she's watched the videos. This is my why. But what is your why? Why are you here tonight? Thank you, guys. Thank you. 2 and 3, great. 1, great. We've got some catching up to do then. Don't worry, Sia. There is a little bar at the bottom of your phone, which will have a little square box with lines in it. We're here to do and learn techie stuff together, and then you'll be teaching the 80-year-olds like I am, because we're transitioning into AI. Anyone that's trying to avoid that, they're going to be left behind. I watched it in the industry, in the media. I watched these fashions shift and change. I watched the lighting change. I watched the way things went digital, and anyone that didn't ride the wave of change got left behind. So I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this to you in love. True spiritual souls aren't freaking scared of anything. They use it. They use what's in their hand. This is what the Most High said to me. Michelle, use what's in your hand. At the time, I laughed because that's what was in my hand. Now, a lot of people demonize this, but this is just a tool. You can use this for good or for evil. You can use it for doom scrolling and programming your subconscious mind for bullshit, for fear, for propaganda. That's what they want you to do. But look at what's happening. The awakening's happened, and that's why I'm here. I know that. Who's here for the awakening? Put a 1 in the chat group or lift your hand up. Yeah, we do a happy dance. Tonight, we're going to talk about the P's of marketing. This is a bit boring, but it's necessary. And I love alliteration. Alliteration, when you use it in poetry or Elise used it in her branding. We spoke into that together. She's used ours, renew, revive, restoration. I can't remember them all, but she's got her little brand worked out using alliteration. Alliteration cuts in because letters are numerology. I don't know if you knew that. Anyway, so that means that letters are frequencies. We're not counting the vowels here. So we've got the P's of frequency of branding, the P's. This has been cleverly worked out by those that are clever at marketing. So the first obvious thing is the product. And a lot of you are here because you're afraid of selling a product. And what I'm trying to teach you here is that you never sell a product. You sell a lifestyle, you sell a dream, you sell a solution to a pain point. Once you grasp that, you'll understand that sales is service. Unless, of course, you're not awakened and you're working in something that isn't yet aligned. You're doing it for a job, or you're doing it with a lie, or you're promoting something that you don't use, like the whole freaking industry, right? That's pyramid. All right. We're the opposite. We are collapsing the old ways by using the P's within our aligned awakened frequency. So the first thing's product. And what is the product that we're pitching with this? Drop in the chat what you perceive it to be if we're talking about Melaleuca here. What is the product? What are we selling? Because here, I'm not saying to you, you have to buy a deodorant. No, I'm selling you an alternative. I'm selling you an alternative space for being empowered to step out of the old. Now, that feels good to me because I'm not technically selling a product. I'm empowering the customer to choose free will. Doesn't that feel better than trying to flog you one thing? And you'll meet people that you approach online if you're getting courageous like I am. Had some incredible conversations today. And if you haven't tried blind messaging yet, I used to be terrified of it. I'm finding that I have no emotional attachment to the outcome, and the conversations are freaking amazing. And I don't think you mind me saying, Sia, you are a blind reach out that I connected with, and now we're talking into other stuff because you're with alignment. You'll meet your soul tribe. So don't be afraid of blind reach outs. Don't be afraid. I had a high school friend, though, that added herself into the app. She's like, shit, yes. She's loaded. So it wasn't a financial thing. She's like, I'm going to back you. I'm going to do this. And then she stopped. That hurt my heart. Why? Because I'm emotionally invested. And business shouldn't be emotional. Let's get real here. So first P is product. Second P is price. Third P is place. Where are we sending them to? Fourth P is promotion. Fifth P is my favorite, people. Because without people, we haven't got anything. Community is everything. Then the next P is positioning. You know, in that supermarket, they're paying much more for that eyeline shelf, right? You do know this, right? Like whenever I worked on advertorials within magazines where supermarkets were involved, they would force the little guy that has the bottom shelf to pay the same price as the guy that's doing the marketing for the middle shelf. And what does happen there? The little guy goes bankrupt. It's actually wicked. They have these rules that are blanket rules that support the elite. And so any little guy that gets in there, they get bullied and bullied and bullied. It's terrible. I could tell you a million stories about all of that. We've got packaging, we've got process, and we've got proof. So we'll chip away at these quickly, and there'll be so much more to embellish into these beyond our half an hour chat today. So product, drop in the chat, what is the product that we're selling? What's the product that we're selling? How do you word it up? Products, alternative choices, toxic-free living, being your own boss. Like, I want you to really come up with a conversation around what the product range is. Something that you would say hell yes to. Because if you're not saying hell yes to it, how are you going to pitch it to a blind sale? They've got to feel the enthusiasm. If somebody feels nervousness, anxiety, or doubt about a product, they will write you off as a fake. It's like dating. I keep bringing you back to the analogy of dating. Get in there and be confident. Dress up, be your best self. Put the pumping music on before you do your blind reach outs. Watch how the energy shifts. If you're excited, I play with this. When I'm excited, I make tons of sign-ups. And when I'm dipping with a personal problem, I don't make any. And we're all the same. We're energetic beings. Price, that's already done for us. So park that one aside. Not your problem. Lovely. Place, that's already done. Park that aside. We just need to have the website for them. Have it saved in the notes of your phone. Get organized. And I'm preaching to myself here. I'm preaching to myself. Get organized with your videos, or if you need me to do a presentation. I heard Nat did her own presentation this week. What? Like, confidence. If anyone needs me to make up the slides for them, more than happy to change them in Canva for you. Just need to make them your branding. So I need the things that we've spoken into the last 3 weeks. Your color palette, your logo, your energy, your photo, because the eyes are the windows to the soul. Promotion. This company do all that for you. You see what we're doing here? We're eliminating workloads. I love what you're dropping into the chat here. It's so good. Learn from each other. People. Now that's your job, to rally your tribe. This morning, in this morning's session, I said, if you don't have a group yet, this group, I'm here to encourage you. I've made a conscious decision that I'm not gunning for shoppers now. I am gunning for business builders, because I have these talents. I was crazy. I was sitting back running a membership anyway. I'm a coach. I'm a motivator. I'm a lifestyle changer. I'm a trendsetter. Why am I not using those spiritual gifts to encourage other incredible leaders like yourself? So I had a disconnect there. I wasn't using every spiritual gift that I'd been given. And it was an epiphany, an aha moment. I was afraid of leadership. I was afraid of failing. I apologized to Nat there. All right, so we've got people. I want you to start a group this week with whatever you're into. Whatever you're into, make the group open and let it be a connection point. You're not there to sell, you're there to connect. Remember, it's called social media. So if we aren't giving, don't expect to receive. Yeah, you've got to give to receive. That's a spiritual principle. So if you're just hitting people's inbox for sales, that feels inauthentic. You know that I'm right there, right? Give them something, and then it should be reciprocal. That's just how it works energetically. All right, positioning. How are we going to position this? The company only have 1% market share. That is incredible. Do you know that the elite never buy anything unless they get payback for it? They go to different elite schools than we did because they're taught this. They will never make an investment that is risky or where they will lose. This company, you can't lose. That needs to be in your verbiage. You've got a 90 days money back guarantee. Cancel anytime. You're buying the shit anyway. This needs to become your mantra, how you present it. Why did you get into this? What attracted you to it? That will be the thread that leads you to your people. And that needs to be the positioning for the pitch, the middle shelf. I'm not selling you a fancy car. I'm not selling you anything you don't need. I'm here to throw you a lifeboat to help you earn extra income. Hand on heart, I've never paid for shopping. Never. Because I actioned the business from month 1. Now this month, and for those that are watching the recording later and we're past December 2025, you've missed that boat, but that's okay. This month, there is the run with double points to a guaranteed income of $75,000. Tell me none of you need extra money. Come on. And this is easy. Or you can stay in your old job and cap your income and think that you've landed in sovereignty. Does the divine cap our energy ever? And I told you I'm going to make every single training we do spiritual, because I will not separate it. It's who I am authentically. I'll weave it into everything because everything's energy. All right, packaging. Listen carefully. This is a very funny topic that the big leaders and I agree on. Non-sexy packaging. We laugh about it. I talk about it on my socials, that this is a non-sexy business. The non-sexy packaging. And you do subliminal things like this while you're talking about it. Yeah, you see my positioning? We've talked about that. I don't need to mention it. I just did it. That sale's automatically happening if you do it, rinse, repeat, because it's programming the subconscious mind in a good way, because I know the alternatives that they're buying at the chemist have all sorts of horrible nasties in it that literally kill us. I'm not being dramatic, but we're swapping out here for something that's nurturing to the body, something that's mineral-based. Minerals are a light conductor. But why is the packaging non-sexy? Well, because we're in 20 countries. We recycle our own plastics and we want to keep things basic, mass market, something that's glammed and sexed up is a deceiver. I want you to feel into that. It appeals to the ego. They're not our people. They're not our tribe. We attract everyday, normal families that know their worth. They're looking after their health. They don't need that sexed up. It doesn't need to be in Mecca packaging. It doesn't need to be in a perfume box, black and gold. Are you with me? So let that be your selling point, because if anyone's attracted to that, not that there's anything wrong with it, but we're appealing to ego, right? Oh, I look good in this, baby. So I use that messaging. I laugh about it because, look, we owned a production house for years, and I know how it works with the casting couch and models and all of that. Like, we know that we're choosing them for their look, to deceive. Oh, please forgive me. It's just how the industry works. And yet the model walks in and has never used whatever you're flocking to the client. Never. You're buying a look. And that's why your people are connecting with you. They're buying who you are. They love your energy. They love you freaking turning up real. I love that Nat was sitting at her breakfast table in a bra the other day, laughing about her messaging about working from home with the noise in the background with the kids. Turn your pain into purpose, because the pain point will reach your community. They're suffering in the same freaking ways. Now, process, proof now, proof. You can say all you like, but it layers up, as I mentioned this morning to Lee. She was the only one diligent to be on at 7 a.m. Thank you, Lee. The proof comes with testimonials. Testimonials are gold. They're money in the bank, because you're layering up your messaging with happy community, happy clients. That's why when you inbox me, all of you, I will say to you, can you please put it in the chat group? Because I want the fire. I know it works, right? You're preaching to the converted. I need you guys to see who else is on fire that's catching the spark that I'm sharing. Are we getting that? Put a 1 in the chat box if you understand where I'm heading now. And I give you permission to copy me. I give you permission to emulate this. This is a tried and tested process that if you do this in your community, whatever you're doing. So Violetta might be an NLP group, but the NLP group has its own ad, right? I've done this on my newsletters, you'll notice, on my membership, on any correspondence that I send to you. I have my affiliates. So I am my own ad. And people expect that, especially when you're giving them a freebie, right? If I'm giving, I expect to be able to receive somehow. And if receiving means that you will suffer and listen to my pitch for 10 minutes, so be it. Because if not, you can pay me the $333 an hour, right? There's always got to be an energetic exchange. So let's just break these down again with the slide. The core keys of marketing our product, what you actually offer. It's not just the thing, but it's the transformation. Lee's story. She's got her skin doctor now with her business cards in his rooms and samples of Renew Cream. Amazing that she's managed to quantum leap into an old system with her new system because of her energy and because of her powerful transformational testimony. People can argue their words, but they can never argue your transformation. If your group, like one of our groups, is a free weight loss group, and you just got online and you talked about weight loss, you might get a few followers. But if I show you weight loss, I used to work on books for Kayla, is a trainer. Kayla did this bikini body challenge. She made herself a multimillionaire overnight just on, I think it was Facebook. Yeah, young little nothing. And all she did was have before and afters of her clients. She had them all on the same regime. And what happened in the group chat is they encourage each other, because we're a living, functioning organism if we're all in alignment, right? That's how nature works. And out of that, she was able to sell them anything. It's a captive audience. So I encourage you to sell not the product, but the transformation with the P for product. Is that landing? Easy peasy, right? Because you all believe in something. All right, price, the energetic exchange. Your pricing tells people how to treat your work. Now, I can speak into this as a healer. The Most High had me do the first 3 years of my healing for free. What happened? Was I busy? Yeah. Did I have a lot of customer contact? Yes. Was I learning along the way? Absolutely. Did I keep those customers? Hell no. No, they all dripped away. Why? Because people do not value free. But it's a great lesson. I'm not saying don't do things for free. I'm just saying in all of that, know your worth and know who's worthy of the free. Because if you blanket it, I know the Most High had me do that because I had to learn how to lead and how to teach. And if you haven't walked it, you can't teach it, right? So what I'm saying to you is, yes, there should always be a 10% window for you to give an offering. Oh, the single mum with 10 kids, please come to my group session for free. You need it, babe. Yeah, that feels great. And that person's going to be reciprocal energetically in other ways. It doesn't have to be financial. They'll be the one that's posting it for you. They'll be the one that's telling their friends about it. And let me tell you, word of mouth is gold. I worked my whole years, more than 40 years in the media industry without a portfolio. People said that was insane. It was. But honestly, outside of my ego and my self-worth knew that if you didn't know me by reputation, I may not want to work with you because you haven't done 5 minutes of homework. Yep. So your reputation, how you leave people feeling is your advertising. So even if someone says no to you, how have you left them feel? That's what I want you to think about when we're talking about price, because take out the monetary value. Money's not even real. How did you leave them feeling? That's the energetic exchange. Okay. Are you with me? Write a 1 in the chat. Is this helping break down the myth breakers? Because we've all been programmed that we're not good at sales, right? Myself included. And now I reflect and I go, I'm absolutely freaking awesome at sales because I'm good at connection. And that's what sales is, right? How can I help you, right? Fantastic. Okay, 3, place. Where do you find it? All right. We're not talking about Melaleuca now. We're talking about you. I had an incredible, well, she was a photographer that helped me set up my Echo Circle first website. I'm onto website 2 now. This will be you soon. And if you need help with any of that, please reach out. All you really need to get started is a landing page, and that's easy. Easy these days. It used to be very expensive. Okay. Your website is your house. This is what Shabani taught me. Your website is your house. It's where everything that you offer, everything that you are, lives in the house, right? But how do we get into the house? Through the windows and doors. Now, this is where else you're speaking. This is your social media. This is your mailing list. This is, I don't know, your Instagram, your TikTok, your Facebook. There's a million ways to find tribes these days. Is that landing? That not everyone's going to come through the same window or door, but they need to come back to the house to see what you're offering. Otherwise, it's pure entertainment, right? We're all like that. I scroll, forget, scroll, forget, scroll, forget. So gathering data is essential. Getting their email address is essential. And that's why when I do these presentations, I ask permission to take the email of the customer, then they're on my mailing list. That's how I can influence their subconscious mind the 100 times that it takes to convert. Drop a 2 in the comments if that's landing. Because our wounded little ego thinks, oh, but I told you about that and I posted about it 6 months ago and you weren't listening, and we get all butthurt. And that's ridiculous because it's not how the programming of the subconscious mind works. Your belief systems have to drop in with repetition. We spoke about that last week. Do we remember, those of us that were here? Light, sound, and repetition. That's what allows it to land in the energetic field. Okay, so Calendly links. If anyone needs help with this, please stay on at the end. We can talk about adding in a link tree, and adding all your data there. You don't have to start with a website, but if you want to discuss that this evening after our half-hour presentation, I will talk to you about how we can do that for free. Because there's no point people falling in love with you if they can't find you, right? Okay, good. You put in all that hard work and you haven't led them home. Back to me, home, 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 back to your heart. Promotion, how are you going to tell the world? Who's come up with some really clever ideas since we've started sharing here? Because we've all got different genius zones. How are you going to tell the world? Is it going to be with your essence now? Maybe your essence is humorous. When I do silly videos, I get tons of likes for that. So I should be doing more of that. At the moment, long story, I need to dumb it down a bit. So you'll see that I've pivoted and turned. I'm using other people's clips and adding in my subliminal programming at the end. There's a million ways to do this, right? So if you get stuck with anything, I want you to reach out into my inbox. I'm here to help you, here to see you win. It might be emails, it might be lives. If you're not comfortable doing lives, I would like to do a whole session on how to light yourself, how to present, how to practice talking to camera, where your eye line should be, what angle should your camera be. These things make a big difference. I can look really great on camera, I can look really shit. Both of them are me, but if you know the little tricks, you're going to be so much more confident. Okay, so drop a 1 in the comment if you would like that to be next week, about tips about speaking on social media. Thank you. All right. Promotion isn't about bragging. It's letting people know that you exist before you retire. I love this, because how many businesses are going to leave you financially with legacy that you can will to your children? Not many that I know. I'm in those 2 affiliates. So if you are thinking bigger, as Most High has asked me or challenged me, think bigger, Michelle. I've got to think beyond this pissy little amount that I've got saved from my retirement that I'm well aware is not enough, that I'm 59 and energetically in 10 years may not have the energy that I have now as an energy buzz, but I'm not preempting that, because I figure I'll be good. We're reverse aging here when we look after ourselves, but we do need to work smart, not hard. So this is where this model is insanely good. And we are serving the people, not a demographic. We are looking for that energetic match where we're saying, I don't have much super, babe. What's your retirement plan when the system's failed us? And what business rewards you financially to take care of yourself? I've never taken so many supplements because I always thought poor. I never did so many facials. I never ever took collagen. Who's here with me? That you're being rewarded financially for taking care of yourself. Doesn't that sound rather divine? I love it. So we're teaching people to align with the same thing. We're positioning how we sit in their mind with your energy, your tone, your authority, your frequency. We've spoken into this. Go listen to the last 3 recordings. Now, packaging, not sexy. Make that a joke. It imprints in their mind. One of the most effective advertising programs was one that was incredibly low budget in Sydney many years ago. Probably some of you are way too young to remember this, but it was Joyce May. Where do you get it? And they did that on purpose because she didn't have the money to compete with her competitors that had a whole massive budget. They were already established. So her marketers were really clever. They knew that something annoying sticks. People love drama, right? Some people love to mock. Money in the bank. Joyce May now is a household name by the slogan, where do you get it? Said in a stupid tone because it's stuck. So play with it. Play with the non-sexy. Play with these pain points. Play with people's egos. It's pretty funny. I notice that whenever I put something dramatic, it's always truthful when I use drama on my social media, I get twice as many likes. And I do that intentionally because psychologically, people are wounded. They love to look at somebody else's shit go down because they're not ready to look at their own shit at the moment. So we play with that gently, and we weave them into a healthier lifestyle intentionally, knowing that drama sells. That's why every single magazine has lies on it. Drama sells. So use that for your own drama. I tell my testimonies, about the narcissist stories and about, being, look, you can check my social media. I'm telling it warts and all. So drop a 1 in the comments if that is landing now, because your storyline, maybe you were deceived into thinking that it needed to be polished when it doesn't. Because people can relate to things that you've traversed through because they've traversed through them too. 100% use that energy. Process how they move through. It's very empowering to jump online with a customer and help them shop. I've had so many that activated the account and never got to shop. If you need help with how to do that, reach out for me. And this week, post some testimonials that align with your personal messaging with regard to the company. All right, the power of the testimonial, and this is our last slide. Your results are your marketing. So I want to see before and after. If you're on collagen, Lee's got her perfect one with before and after with her skin. If you're not brave enough to put it on your page yet, pop it in your stories. A few of you have been tagging me in what you're doing there, and that's amazing because we appeal to the voyeur. Now, if you notice who's watching your stories, it's different to who's engaging your posts, right? Pop a 1 in the comments if you agree with that. So what I do, I message the ones that are peaking, and I don't hard sell them. I just go, hey, thanks for the engagement. I notice you hiding in my stories most days. That's pretty cool. What draws you to this page? Yeah, I call them on their own bullshit, if you like. Yeah, so we're just connecting, and a lot of them will laugh and go, yep, there I was. I'm the little voyeur. I'm too shy. I've got one client particularly that watches every, I blast the post too. Most marketing people say that I overshare. I don't care. That's me. I talk fast, I work fast, and I post fast. So and I said to a couple of them that complained about it, if you can't keep up with me, babe, you're on the wrong page. I make no apologies for that. But there are people, loyal followers just in your stories. Be aware of that. Who's who in the zoo, and reach out to them accordingly. A testimonial is borrowed trust. The fastest way to dissolve doubt. You've got testimonials in our group page, the corner store, till kingdom come there. Anything you do. Today I cleaned my lounge. I videoed it and put it in my stories. I just want to see action cleverly. I use life as an opportunity. Nothing's coincidental, right? Everything that we do. At the gym today, I did a little workout. I don't want to, not looking great, so put it on fast speed. Just everything you do might seem boring to you, but it's the opportunity for connection, the opportunity for telling your storytelling. Yeah, people love getting to know who you are. That's why they're on your page. Well, I just want to thank you all for actually considering to build the brand, because you're already the brand. The brand's built. Your higher self's done that. All we're doing is expanding it. And I had an epiphany today, as I often do, have little drop-ins. I would say they're channeled in. That if you are awakened and you're not dealing in commerce using your soul mission, then you are not awakened. Drop a 1 in the comments if this resonates. Boom. I love it. Boom shaka, as I would say. All right, we're going to hang up. We'll post this in the group chat. I want to set a goal today that you invite 2 business builders each to the group chat this week. 2 business builders, 2 leads. Don't jump ahead like I did. They need to shop before you add them in. And we just say to them, we're giving it a trial. You have all these beautiful offerings. You have free training, free lessons on how to make your social media explode by an expert. And who would say no to this? because all you've got to do to get there is to buy some toothpaste and some toilet cleaner, which are massive sellers. And we know they're going to love it. So sayonara. And if you'd like to stay on and chat about the other things we mentioned, I'm here for you. Thank you. All right, I'm just going to find the old turn on microphone. I didn't hear that click off, but hopefully it did. If not, I'll clip it. Thanks, Fernanda. All right, any quizzes?
I have a lot of questions.
Good, Sia. Good.
So I do realise that I have been slack at this. I have, I've got my shopping. It's still sitting in a box. And I guess it's just I'm just distracting myself from it. And how you've said that I'm the brand. So we're selling a lifestyle, and I get that. And I really want to incorporate what you've just said tonight. So for me, I would love to set up properly myself in order to start building others and getting them on board with me. I was really adamant that I was just going to be a shopper, but the Lord wants me to keep going with this, so I'm just going to stay here and I need to get going on it. If anything, I'm just blocking my own success, and I need to stop that.
As I have been, and we forgive ourselves for that. See, I'll be honest with you. I'm not saying this is for you, but for me, it was a self-worth thing, because I have the ability to make a lot of money. I have done over and over, but I've never been able to hold it. And what I've realized is that you and I, we're really active on our other videos, right? And that reaches so far. But imagine when you have your community growing because you're doing commerce, how many more you can reach, where it's purposeful, where it's life-changing, where it's leading them into health and well-being, because you can't be spiritual without a healthy vessel. It's not possible.
Amen.
Right?
So that's another question. I want to get into the weight loss, and I'd like to use myself as the result.
Yeah, amazing. Amazing.
Another one, I'd love to get into the cleaning products. So as you know, I am a cleaner, so I need to start using
you have
these
a
products.
captive audience there. It's incredible. Yeah. I offered this to another cleaner who used to be a cop this week via her sister, my neighbor. And I just said, like, she's doing NDIS houses. And I said, okay, that's great, but they're all sick people. Right, Lee? Let's offer them toxic free, and you will be the most popular at your business because you actually putting some loving care into it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Because karmically, hand on heart, if you know this shit and you're not actioning it, who's responsible?
That's right.
Who's responsible?
Can I encourage you, Sarah, to actually get excited about your box. Your box is your key. If you've got it and you haven't opened it, seriously, girlfriend, it's time to open it and get excited.
I'm going to do that as soon as I get off with you, and I'm going to do a little video.
Really get excited, because if you can't get excited about a box coming to your house that has so much toxic free stuff, hello, my friend, you're in the wrong game.
Hey, I know. Well, I've got to start learning how to play the game properly. So
yes,
absolutely.
I'll add you into the R3 weight loss group.
Yay, thank you.
In the Facebook group. So for Melaleuca, you do have to be on Facey. I wasn't really on Facey before Melaleuca, but I mean, I'm making it mine. I had an aversion to Facebook somehow, and I attracted just weirdos there that wanted to marry me, and I was just like, I don't attract that anymore. It's just my business page, and I do all of this stuff, and the groups are awesome there. So I'll add you into that. And as I know, with the technology, book a session with me and I'll help you.
Thank you. I didn't even know how to comment tonight, so I was just,
nobody does, babe. But let's work on that now. Can you see where the button is?
Yes. Well, it disappeared before. I managed to do a couple of comments, and then the bottom bar disappeared, and I couldn't figure out how to comment after that. So
Probably just bumped it, that's all. But it's
it's the
once you
3
know,
dots,
you know.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Once
then
you know, you know. It's easy. And when you start doing groups, because you have such an online presence here, I really need you to understand that you have a voice for a reason, because most people's throat chakra's blocked.
Yes.
You've got to.
But I know
wasn't
how to use
kidding
the
you,
voice.
Michael.
It's just having
Yeah.
the
Michael, actually, I've known Michael for many years now. Michael is incredible, but we're working on him expanding his energy too, you know, instead of staying
Yeah.
stuck in a job he doesn't like. Michael, what was your biggest takeaway tonight?
Well, yeah, it's just I'm getting mind blown every time. Yeah, basically, revealing all these different strategies and stuff in the advertising game, and it's something I haven't ever thought about or ever worked in. So it's all
See, and
pretty
that's the
mind
thing.
blowing.
I have all these tools in me,
You
but I
do.
don't know how to.
You
Like, you
fucking
just
do. Look, I had it all too, and I had thrown all this out, and then I got this message coming in going, now integrate all of it and teach
Yes.
your people, right? So
And tonight really just, oh my goodness, I'm just bang, 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 bang. Now I can see it. I see it, and I see me doing it, and it's
how
just,
rapidly
wow.
we can build new earth once all the new earthers know this shit.
Amen.
It's game over for them.
I mean, today, I went in to see my dermatologist, and he's renowned in his business. And here he is with this huge computer screen up in front of him, and he has blasted our Renew cream all over the computer screen, and he is now taken my cards, and because he cannot get over the testimony of my skin.
Now, I love that. Well done.
Experts, you know that doctors are trained by who? Right, so let's blow their freaking minds.
And the classic here is that by the time I left there, Paul's sitting there going, no doctor usually takes business cards to recommend it to other clients, and yet he's taken my business card to recommend it to other clients, and he actually had it up on the screen saying there's definitely something in this.
Yeah.
Well, you know, my skin doesn't lie.
Yeah. Sia, if you remember in my presentation, I talked about the Renew cream, and it had the two skin
that's before and after.
She did that for me. I didn't even ask her. Like, this is the power of community, right? So they can argue me talking about it, because I tell them, oh, my husband's eczema's better, which is why I offered it to Lee. Lee has Darius disease, supposedly, whatever that is. And now she's blowing her doctor's mind. He's supposedly an expert.
So I'd love to get into the website, Linktree, business cards. Oh my gosh, I'm just like, this is so
cool. Well,
you've got all of the tools there, and look at the kind of person you are. Same with Michael. You guys are amazing. You've got the energy there. And you're throwing that energy out there. Let's just really knock it into the ballpark. Get rid of big pharma, and let's get rid of Coles, Woolworths, and all of those things that are actually creating more toxics into the world, and let's become toxic-free lifestyle.
Yeah. Now, Michael, you could fund your own garage doing this if you still want to work with cars. You could work just on drift cars. You've just got to think bigger for what your passion is and what's going to fund it. And this is my visualization for all of you. If I can make you all wealthy, job done, mama, right? Job done. Like,
that's it.
We are all right. We've come through this wave of knowing stuff that the average person didn't know. For whatever reason, our souls chose to awaken earlier, And we've had so many conversations into this, but if we're not creating something new to replace, people won't jump. That's why I'm so passionate about this. Right? So we know it's prophesied in Revelation that no one will buy their goods. It's happening. All right, who's going to take the niche in the market? Who's going to fill the gap? Well, that's going to be me. Because it feels good to help people like Lee have their skin healed. It feels great to see them. Well, I don't think you mind me saying, Lee, that you're not the same person I met.
No, I don't mind that at all. But when Michelle met me, I was double the person I am now. So, you know.
So how long have you been at this, Lisa?
Sorry?
How long have you been at it?
Seriously, I
As
2
a
years
shopper?
ago. It'd be about 2 years I've been at it, but I always had a Christian belief there that just was sitting there, that it's just been dormant for a long time. And so yeah, I guess I've been at it for many years really, but
Do you mean Melaleuca, Sia?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Melaleuca. Sorry.
Melaleuca,
I think she was one of my
okay.
first sign-ups.
Yeah,
almost a year.
it's actually it's a year on the 31st of December.
No, I signed up 1st of Jan, so that's impossible.
No, let me finish. No, on the 31st of December, Michelle sent me a link. On the 1st of January, me and her joined, I think.
Oh,
at
yeah, you
about
might have
the
joined on the same
time.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
cool.
Wow,
Yeah,
1
amazing.
year. That's
All right,
awesome.
Sia, let's think about what you'd like to start with. Maybe a link tree, because link tree will sit in your social media and wheel back to your email without you won't need a website. So let's book a session for that.
Yep.
And Sia, I need you to watch 1, 2, and 3 videos that are in the group chat. I need you to find them, watch them in order.
Okay.
If you have trouble finding them, let us know. Someone will tag you on it. Just reading what.
I have one more question, but I think it's left me when as fast as it came in. But never mind. I'm quite happy with the information I have right now. If I think about it, I'll ask you.
Yeah, please, you can reach out anytime. You and your cleaning business, content creation is gold for you. Make it funny. Make it you.
Now I have my question.
Subliminal. If you don't understand anything that I'm talking about in 1, 2, and 3 videos, it's talking about subliminal messaging, where to put the product in the frame, because it talks to the subconscious brain. It needs to be on the right side of the camera, which when the image is reversed is the left side. Gets tricky. But listen to that. Advertisers pay more for the right page because it goes into the left brain.
I found my question.
Yeah.
And the question was, I know I need to transition out of work, paid work from the Matrix. And this is why I'm like, oh, this is definitely taken off.
But this is why you're a cleaner, because you can get all of your customers
I've got bigger ideas for the cleaning. So I don't want to stay a cleaner, but I'm looking to tutor others to be that.
That's right. So, you can work full time in this at home with the kids. Like, this is lucrative. I don't mean lucrative. I mean fucking lucrative. I have done you guys a disservice not explaining to you eloquently enough. It's because it seems too good to be true. But these are the trips they're sending me on for free to teach me this.
Well, I'm excited. I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a bit of homework to do. I'll go through those 3 chat in the chat group. I'll go through the 3 bids.
Go through the box first,
and I'm going to open my box.
Check the boxes. Yeah. Strategizing, don't wait. Like me, I signed Lee up on the day I started because I had a plan. I had a plan to have 10 shoppers, so I never paid for shopping. Nat, that was on tonight, was my first business director. I wrote a list, I visualized. Michael, I offered it to because I'm really connected with Michael. I know he's awake. I'm not pitching this to just anyone. I'm pitching it to people that I genuinely care and that I can see have some alignment. Does that make sense?
It does.
I mean, we can
Mhm.
pitch it to the world, but the world aren't ready for change yet. So, like,
Exactly.
strategize. Write your list of your first 5 reach outs and get that freaking box open and video it.
Okay, I'm going to do that like as soon as I get off.
Good.
All
I'm
right.
going to hold you accountable.
Thank you so much. I'm going to
Thank
love
you.
and leave
Good night.
everybody. And I'll see you
All
next
right.
time. Good night.
I'll see you on Friday,
See ya.
Michael.
I'll see. Yeah, definitely see you then.
Looking forward to it. Bye.
Yeah, definitely see you guys. See
Enjoy,
ya.
Michael.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah, oh, I
Yeah.
won't be there, but you enjoy.
Yeah, we'll do. I'll see you hopefully on the 28th for the
I'll
last.
be there on the 28th. Square will
Awesome.
be square. Yep.
No,
Yep.
awesome.
Awesome.
All right. I'll see you then. See
Bye.
ya. Bye.
Bye.